14. The Rescue Stalls. June 30th, 2018. The parents of the wild boars do not feel hopeless, but they do feel helpless. They want to do something, anything, besides sitting and waiting to hear good news. They pray, they hold each other, they don't give up. But with every day that passes, the waiting becomes harder. The mountain looms over them, tall and solid. Somewhere deep in that mass of rock, they know their children are waiting for them. They watch all these military personnel and rescue experts go inside. How is it possible that no one has found them yet? The parents bring their son's clothing from home to give to canine police units on the mountain. They hope that the police dog's keen sense of smell can detect what humans have so far been unable to find out, where the boys are located. But even the dogs come up short. It's becoming clearer and clearer that the boys are so deep inside Tamluang that detecting their location from the surface is going to be impossible. The only way to find out where they are is for someone to go in and spot them with their own eyes. John Valanthan and Rick Stanton are the two people with the best chance of being able to do this. The trouble is, ever since the snatch rescue of the workers on June 28th, they have refused to re-enter Tamluang. The swift current and low visibility not only make it hard to swim, they make it impossible to lay a guideline. Without a line, any sump diver who enters those passages is putting his life in danger. Rick and John aren't just worried about their own lives. If anything goes wrong, and one of them perishes inside Tamluang, it will make the whole situation more dangerous for everybody. A dead body requires a recovery. Rick's experience as a firefighter has trained him to be unemotional about such things, but trying to maneuver a lifeless body through the twists and turns of a sump is a grim and dangerous task. When cave divers perish, they often do so in the worst and most treacherous sections of a cave. A drowning diver often flails about in a panic, getting tangled and wrapped in their guideline, which makes extracting their body even trickier. Another reason Rick and John don't want to continue is that they know they are some of the only people in the world who can pull this mission off. If they die, the operation is sunk. They think it's foolish for anyone to dive, and they speak their minds plainly to the SEAL officers, even when their troops are present. They refuse to dive in Tamluang on June 29th or 30th. The Thai military think the two men are rude, and they can't understand why these supposedly expert divers won't do the one job they were flown in to do. In turn, Rick and John can't understand why the Thais won't listen to them about the risks. Relationships between the diving team and the Thai authorities become tense. But even though the teams are having trouble understanding each other, everyone shares the same goal: finding the kids and getting them out. That common mission now unites thousands of men and women gathered at Tamluang from all over the world. Professional divers from Denmark, Finland, Belgium, and China have come to lend their expertise. Ben Raymanon, a Belgian diver who has come up from the dive shop he runs on the Thai island of Phuket, is one of the only divers besides Rick and John with the skills to lay guideline inside of Tamluang. In the days prior, he battled the ferocious current to help set up a guideline all the way to Samyak. He also agrees that the conditions have become way too dangerous. But when he tells one of the Thai Navy SEAL officers that he will no longer dive in the cave, he doesn't get the reaction he expects. The officer listens to his description of how terrible the conditions are. He understands the diver's reservations. He thanks Ben for his service thus far, but tells him that the Thai SEALs are prepared to do anything at any cost to find the boys. They can't abandon their mission, even though it's deadly dangerous. If diving is the only way to find the boys, then the SEALs are prepared to dive themselves. Everyone is moved by the Thai SEAL team's determination and bravery, but based on their many years of expertise, the UK divers know that neither determination nor bravery will be what rescues the boys. If they're going to be successful, it will be planning, preparation, and sticking to the rules that does it. They explain to the SEAL commander that they will stay on the mountain, but at the very least, they need more and better equipment, starting with stronger line to withstand the force of the current inside the cave. The request is immediately granted, and soon, a truck pulls up with hundreds of yards of strong climbing rope to use as guidelines. Everyone agrees to wait and see what the next day will bring. Given the appalling conditions thus far, the British divers can't imagine that the water will improve. But they've waited this long. They are willing to wait at least one day more. Stay cool. In the UK and the US, it's acceptable, even admired, to speak your mind. But in Thai culture, respect and good graces are more important. Correct manners infuse everyday life, even in the simple act of saying hello. When Thais greet each other or when they express gratitude, They why. When you why to someone, you press your palms together in front of you and bow slightly. Who whys first, how high you hold your hands, and how deeply you bow all depend on the age and relationship of the people greeting each other. You're always expected to show older and more senior ranking people more respect. The British divers likely didn't see a problem with talking to the SEAL officers frankly in front of their troops, but for Thais, doing so causes the commander to lose face, which is the height of disrespect. Differences in speaking style might also have caused problems. In Western countries, a person might raise their voice when they want to get their point across. In a disagreement, they might raise their voice louder and louder. But for Thais, shouting is not only disrespectful, it also shows that you can't keep cool. There is an expression in Thai, Jai Yen, which means having a cool heart. It describes a person who is patient and calm. Someone who can't have a cool heart is viewed as immature and impulsive. When you lose your cool, people lose respect for you. The more you shout, the less likely people are to listen.